Question number 1. Why did you choose Harvard Kennedy School? Well, growing up, I've always wanted to go to Harvard because it's supposedly the best university in the world. I've always wanted to make a vlog about the Harvard yard covered in snow. Second question, what is Harvard Kennedy School really like as a student? It's very challenging, but it's also very inspiring. But hey, I got in. So I think that if I can do it, then so can you. Hi everyone, Yong here. Welcome to another episode of My Life here at Harvard. Today is another very special day. Okay, you probably are tired of hearing me say that, but today is actually really, really special because number one, my semester has officially wrapped. Woo! Now, the second reason why this day is special is because of this. Look at this. Tara. It's snowing. Can you see that? I don't know if that's too bright for you, but it is snowing. And the thing is, I've always wanted to make a vlog about the Harvard yard covered in snow. I want to bring you there. I also haven't seen it yet because I live a good 10-minute walk away from the actual center of Harvard. But also, to make this more productive, I was inspired by this comment. So I don't know how to pronounce your name, Levi or Levi, but because we're Filipinos, I think I'll just call you Levi. Levi, thank you for the idea. I've been thinking about it too. I've always wanted to do a Q&A about my Harvard experience. So let's do it. I'll be bringing you along with me to explore Harvard. That's, I think, now fully covered in snow. And while we're doing that, let's stop and talk for a bit and do some Q&A. Let's go. This is what it looks like outside my apartment. Everything is covered in snow. Okay, I'm all bundled up kasi medyo malamig. I'm also so happy that I've decided to wear my boots. Kasi waterproof siya and malakas yung kapit niya. I don't think I can sit in any of these chairs, any of these benches. So I think we just need to head to the Harvard yard. Oh, may snowman. Okay guys, hi. As you can see, we are outside the Harvard Kennedy School. It's snowing, I'm outside, but I'm doing this to make this vlog extra nicer. Question number 1. Why did you choose Harvard Kennedy School? Well, I think growing up, I've always wanted to go to Harvard because it's supposedly the best university in the world. May asterisk doon kasi may mga nagko-comment sa vlog ko recently. One of the best, if not the best university in the world. And I think that the Kennedy School in particular is one of the best places for public leadership, public administration, policy studies, government innovation, and also why not Harvard, right? Second question, what is Harvard Kennedy School really like as a student? Well, it's very fast-paced, it's very challenging, but it's also very inspiring. I say that as someone who has met so many people from around the world. Honestly, it is so humbling because kala mo you're already a somebody back home, but when you go here, you're just an average person. I don't think that I'm somebody back home, but that's what it feels like, if that makes sense. And you get to meet all sorts of people, classmates, fellows, and schoolmates, and also the professors are amazing. They also bring in so many guests. A former vice president was invited this semester. Reese Witherspoon was here the other day. As a student, I think it's quite overwhelming because there's something to do every day, and I'm not exaggerating. You have to do something every day. It's like a choose your own adventure type of situation, and it's up to you to make the most of your semester. How competitive is it to get into Harvard Kennedy School? The Harvard Kennedy School does not publish its own application figures, admission numbers. I don't think they do. But I think it's 15 to 20%. Could be higher, could be lower. I don't know. What makes HKS different from other Harvard graduate schools? I think the main difference is HKS is so laser focused on leadership, public service, public policy, and public administration, being a force for good. Once you've finished your program, I think that those are the things that sets it apart from other Harvard schools. And also the fact that it's not just academics, so you could do very, very well academically wise, but I think they want you to excel in other fields as well, such as being of service to your community, having your own plans after graduating here, connecting you to the right people, connecting you to the right, network and jobs. Which would prepare you for when you leave the school. What surprised you most during your first week at Harvard? I think I was surprised by the fact that people are so nice. I always tell this to my classmates now. It was so not naman shocking, but I guess for lack of a better term, surprising, because everyone was just so approachable, but also it could be that we went through a tough time collectively, because I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news, but I think the current administration tried 4 times at least to stop international students from coming here. So when we all got here, and there were people who were not able to come because of the, pause on visa issuances, even for student visas. But because of that, people were kinder, I guess, and more accepting of other cultures, because I think in their minds, they were like, you've gone through enough, so we'll be nicer to you. No, I'm just kidding. But, everyone's so nice. There are people here who worked for the US government, governments across the globe. Even our lone Oscar winner was so approachable. So, hi Jessica, if you're watching this. And the professors are so approachable too. You can just come up to anyone and, say hi, talk to them about their field or your shared interests, and they would be nice about it. Is Harvard Kennedy School worth it? My short answer is absolutely. I think the network that you will establish by going to Harvard and the Harvard Kennedy School is worth the price of admission. But again, I say that as someone who does not need to pay, because I've vlogged about this. I think this was in my 3rd vlog. I got a scholarship to go here, so I'm basically paying nothing to matriculate, but I'm paying for my accommodation and the cost of living, which is also very expensive. So if you have the money, if you have the funds, if you can, get your own funding, then absolutely it's worth it. I'm just so grateful for the fact that I'm able to enjoy this experience without having to pay too much money. What are the hardest things about being an HKS student? I think time management. I've mentioned that every day there's just so many things for you to do. It's a choose your adventure type of situation. Kailangan mo talagang mamili kung ano yung gagawin mo. And sometimes events will be held at the same time as your classes, and you have to select which one do you want to go to. Do you go to your classes, or do you go to this event that you really want to go to? Another hard thing about living here in Cambridge is the cost of living. It's quite expensive. Everyone's been complaining about how pricey it is to live in Cambridge, and because it's sort of in the Boston area, so it really is expensive. So I think you have to be financially prepared if you want to go here. Thankfully, a few people helped me out, and I'm so grateful for their generosity. As you can see, we changed our location because it's getting very, very, very cold. This is still outside, Khoisai outside, but it's more manageable temperature-wise. So let's proceed. What programs does HKS offer? HKS offers the Master of Public Policy program, the Master of Public Administration program, the Master of Public Administration in International Development program, and my program, which is the MCMPA, Mid-Career Master of Public Administration. So there are 4 programs in total. There are programs that allow you to cross-register to other institutions like Stanford, I think, Princeton, I'm not sure. Yeah, so there are those. How difficult are the classes at HKS? I would say they're very challenging. Actually, there's a range. So there are courses that are doable, manageable, and there are courses that are very challenging. I would say that in my first semester, I've enrolled in courses. I'm taking up 5 courses, by the way. I think I've enrolled in a whole, across all the available ranges. So may mga klase na are okay, manageable, but there are also classes that are so mind-numbing. For a quick context, I applied for the STEM, so that would require me taking on more math and science and economics and management intensive courses. This semester, I struggled quite a lot with the math portion of it all because I really don't like math, I'm sorry. I think you know that about me by now because if you've been watching my vlogs. For example, I have this subject where there's an assignment every day, like every session, which is quite manageable. But there's another class that I'm taking at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology where there are more intervals for every assignment submission, but the assignments are so difficult. So talagang iba-iba. No, may sakto lang, merong very, very challenging. Is it difficult to get into the Harvard Kennedy School? Okay, I don't know if I'm the right person to answer this because of course I would say no because obviously I'm here and I only applied once and I got in. So for me, no. But I also know of other people who applied and did not get in. Again, my answer to the question earlier was, I think the admission rate is about 15 to 20%. And that's because so many people apply to Harvard because it's one of the most well-known schools in the world. So you have to factor that in. But hey, I got in. So I think that if I can do it, then so can you. What GPA do you need? GPA or grades? I don't have an answer to this. I think grades are very relative. I think it's a matter of who your competition is. If it's a stacked year, then you need a higher GPA. If it's not, then an okay GPA would be good for you to get in. But I don't know. Does your undergrad school and grades matter? Grades, yes. Undergrad school, I don't know. Probably not. So for context, I went to UP Manila and then I went to UP Law and then I already have a degree from a university in the UK, Queen Mary University of London. I don't know if your undergrad and your previous schools matter, but I think, full disclosure, all of the Filipinos who got accepted this year all went to UP. I think the grades really matter kasi they really look at your academic rigor, if you did well in your undergrad years. I graduated laude when I was an undergrad. All of the other Filipinos also graduated cum laude in their undergrad. So yeah, but I think grades matter. Kung hindi okay yung grades mo, I think you have to complement that with I don't know, like proven track record of leadership or service to your community or more senior leadership roles in your workplace. Another change of venue because it started getting chilly there too. Anyway, this is the Malkin Penthouse inside the Harvard Kennedy School. Outside, as you can see, it's still covered in snow. The snowfall hasn't stopped yet, but the show must go on. What's the application process like to get into HKS? So obviously, I cannot tell you about the application process for the other programs that I've enumerated. But for the MCMPA program, I think the process entails answering 5 to 6, or is it 7? 7 questions, 7 essay questions that will test your leadership, service, track record, personal journey, and future plans. It will also require you to write a personal statement where you would have to, in a few words, just, kumbaga, it's an elevator pitch of yourself and why Harvard should accept you. A lot of people have asked me this because some of my friends want to apply, and I told them that the key to a good personal statement is to go back to your why. Why do you want to go back to school? Because, well, this is a master's program, so the assumption is you've already finished an undergrad degree. Why do you want to go back to school? What's in it for you? Where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years down the road in the future? Yeah, just prove to them that you are exactly the candidate that they're looking for and that they would want to admit to Harvard. Also, I think the key to a good personal statement is to be authentic. I know that sounds so cliche now, but I think the admission committee really has a way of sniffing through the BS. Also, you have to make sure that you have something to show for the things that you've written in your application essay. So if you say that you've assumed this leadership role, then they will really look into that. So you have to prove that you've actually done that, because other people have lied in the past. I think, okay, don't quote me on this, but someone told me that they found out that somebody lied in their application and they found it out when they pressed that person for more details, more information. The person just couldn't prove it, so they kicked that person out. I don't know if that's true. I think you have to be authentic, you have to be personal, your character has to shine through. Don't be anyone else, just be yourself. That's it. Do recommendation letters matter? I think recommendation letters are a good supplement to an amazing application. If your application is solid, then you'll be a great candidate. But if it's backed up by recommendation letters from prominent figures from, the world of politics or like nonprofit, community service, then you'll be a shoo-in for Harvard. I don't think that they will just look at the recommendation letters. For example, if you are recommended by a president, I don't think that alone would merit your admission. I know someone who was recommended by our former and late President Aquino, but that person still did not get in. Who are my recommenders? My recommenders are one senator who's currently sitting, one former public official, I think former undersecretary, and number 3, one professor from the UK who I think was an alumnus of Harvard or Oxford. But I don't think they just looked at that and said, okay, because this person was recommended by prominent figures in politics, academe, and public service, then let's just get him. No, I think they really looked at the strength of your application. How long should you prepare before applying? Application to the Kennedy School usually opens in September and then ends first week of December. I think for this year it ended December 1, but the good news is there's an admission cycle, there's an application cycle every year, so you can still apply. If you're ready, how long did it take me to sort out my application? I think I started a month or 2 months before the application date opened, and I started consulting some of my friends who went here. One of them is Carissa. Hi Carissa. Carissa really, inupuan namin ni Carissa yung application ko. So I'm so grateful for her because she was here like 2 years before me. We were together in the UK when I was studying at Queen Mary and she was studying at Oxford. After Oxford, she immediately went here. I went back home and worked for the government. So kumbaga, I took 1 year off. Yeah, you can prepare for a much earlier time. You can prepare actually for an entire year and then apply the year after. you just have to be prepared. You know, you have to ensure that your application is really solid. My advice would always be to make your application so airtight and so undeniable that they cannot look away and they cannot make an excuse to not let you in. What mistakes should applicants avoid? I would strongly advise against being generic. You need to stand out. You cannot just list all of your achievements without, reflecting on it, because guess what? All the other applicants are stellar in their fields. They are somebody's in their own respective fields. So just listing your achievements won't cut it. And I suppose don't use AI, because I think they can flag it and it will turn them off if they found out that you've used AI to write your application. So don't do it. Stop being boring, stop being generic, stand out, don't use AI. Solid advice. Did you apply for financial aid and scholarship? I did. It took another 5 to 6 essays. I know, actually more than that, kasi I applied to so many scholarships. Hindi lang yung current scholarship ko. So, lahat ng available scholarship that I can apply to, I did. Kasi I really don't have the money to go here. You already know that. Sabi nga nila, kapag may tiyaga, may nilaga. Talagang I took. Also, you have to take note that the deadline for the Harvard application is different from the deadline for the scholarships. I think ang deadline ng Harvard applications ay December 1, first week of December. For the Harvard scholarships, I think it's first week of January, if I'm not mistaken. So you have more time, but not considerably more. But you have more time to fix your scholarship application letters. Every fellowship, every scholarship that I think I can apply to, I really did. Because I was desperate. I told myself, I know for a fact that if I cannot find a source of funds to get into Harvard, then I cannot go here. And thankfully, I was blessed to have received a funding. How hard is it to get a scholarship? It's very hard. I think it's even harder to get a scholarship than it is to get accepted to Harvard, because number one, the funding is very, very limited, especially nowadays. I don't know if you've heard, but some of Harvard's funding have been frozen by the administration. I don't know if it has been unfrozen, but at the start of the academic year, that was sad, but that happened. So it's very competitive, it's very difficult. Initially, I was put on a short list. There's no guarantee that you will receive it. A lot of my classmates and a lot of people here are paying from their own pockets. There's just no guarantee. You have to apply. Can you work part-time at Harvard? Yes, but the number of working hours is capped on a weekly basis, so you can just do 20 hours per week. If not, then I think you are violating the terms of your visa, and that's a ground for revocation of your student visa. So don't do that. I am doing 2 jobs here at Harvard, an RA ship and a TA ship, and I think more or less I do 18, no, not 18. On a regular week, I do 16 hours. Okay, we're here by the Charles River. And I think that's it for this vlog. I've covered all bases. I've answered all of the internet's most searched questions about HKS, about the application process and the scholarships. If you think that there are questions that I need to answer in my next vlog, please let me know in the comments. I read all of them. I respond to them, even the not so nice ones. I appreciate because at least I get, engagement. Yeah, also let me know how I did, because obviously this is the first time I've done this kind of, content video. I've never done a Q&A before, so I don't know if I should do it again. I hope you found this video to be informative and at the very least entertaining. Sana may napulot kayo. And I had fun doing this. I hope you had fun watching too. So from here in Cambridge, bye-bye. I'll see you again. Merry Christmas! Bye! Finally, after 5 long months, Jollibee. Today is officially Christmas Day. Merry Christmas from California. Time to open our presents. Oh! I know!